Alright, hello everybody, Deadmau5 here, and I'm here with a scrap mechanic video. And what you see behind me is my new creation. I just realized I set that one backwards, but oh well, I'll fix it. But yeah, this is my new creation that I've been working on for a little while. Let me just go ahead and flip this one around while I talk about it. But it is the... You guys remember what the... If you guys remember a while back when Tony Hawk went ahead and wrote the Hendo HoverBoard, that's basically what this is. Now, we'll get into that one in a minute, but basically this is the most accurate representation I can get, and I somehow missed a block. I have no idea how I managed that. I'm just gonna add that while I'm sitting here, but yeah, this is the Hendo HoverBoard. It's about as close to a representation as you can get in Scrap Mechanic. Scrap Mechanic doesn't really like the Hendo HoverBoard, let me just tell you. I spent probably an hour just testing it over and over and over again. As you can see, they're not all that complex. It's mostly just simplistic stuff. Now this one I did a little bit more than I did on this one, just because this one was more of a test product. But we'll get into that one in a minute. Let me go ahead and hop into this one. Does use the modded seats, uses a couple other mods, simplistic things. But this one, which is one thing that one doesn't have, is you can actually turn right with with D, and turn left with A. Now, I'll get no reason why I don't have it on that one, but yeah. This one was more of a prototype than anything, so it doesn't work as great as I would intend it to, mostly because if you see, let me just go ahead and stop here. It kind of hits that block right here. Here, hang on, let me hop off here. This block right here kind of hits, so the propellers kind of jumble around. As you can tell, they don't fully spin just freely. It also has some serious curve to the right. Like, while I'm driving, I'm not pressing anything right now. I'm just pressing forward, and it's just turning to the left. So, then I went ahead, because we're not going to spend this much time on it, but I basically just put a A&D converter on here, and made it very simplistic. But this one was more just to see if I could do it. And I was able to do it, but as you can see, this one has a lot of problems, and I knew that. I was gonna put out just this one. Mind you, this one is also based off of another person's board. Like, I actually took someone else's board and just put it on my creation. Whoops. But this one, I actually made my own board and everything. So, this one, a little bit louder, as you can tell. Well, I don't know if you guys can tell that per se, but this one more acts like the Hendo HoverBoard. So, first off, I forgot. First off, you have to go ahead and press both these switches before you go in. Now, it does make it sway to the left a little bit, but it gets rid of the left turn problem. Yes, there is slightly, but it's way more easy to get rid of it. It's not like where it's always turning. Now, what I didn't do with this one is a WASD converter. Or the A&D converter, I mean. Now, the reason why I didn't do that... Let me go ahead and just turn this down with this, hang on. Now, the reason why I didn't do that with this one is because... with this one, how I have the board set up, if I were to do an A&D converter, it would screw everything. It would make it so that the board no longer has its sort of like side profile thing, where it can like lean side to side. Now it doesn't really lean all that much, it's more just a proof of concept, but yeah. Now as you can see, there is one problem where this thing actually has so much power, and because I'm using the wings mod, because I wanted to go as realistic as possible. Now I know I am using thrusters to move around, which ain't really all that realistic, but I wanted to make it like the Hendo HoverBoard. And how the Hendo HoverBoard works is it has fans on the bottom. And so, yeah, I basically just made it as realistic as physically possible without, going overboard. And yeah, this was about as best I can get. Now, I did end up driving this thing for like an hour and a half just because I found it so much fun. Oh, no. Oh. Can I save it? Okay, yeah, there we go. I did end up driving this thing for like an hour, just because it was so much fun. Now, as you can see, there is a little bit of a problem where it likes to levitate. It likes to go up in the air. And that's just because of how the Wings mod wants to take you up in the air. The Wings mod isn't really made for helicopters, per se. It's made for more... Ooh, that's something you guys will see later. But that's it's more made to go up rather than hover. And so you can do things sort of like, here, hang on, let me just land here. You can kind of do things like this. Yeah, I found this in my testing, and apparently if you just sit here and click right, or you just click 2, because I just used 1 and 2 as buttons, it does this. I don't know why, and if you press 1, you go back down insanely quickly as well. I'm guessing just because of how the wings are set, that's just how they, you know, one makes them go upwards and one makes them go down. But yeah, I think it's really fun. I definitely do drive it quite a lot just because it is really fun. Hills, it kind of is iffy about. That's also another one you'll see a little while later. But hills, it's a little bit iffy on. Sorry, this world's kind of littered with everything. Just because of a whole lot of stuff I do. This is kind of like my test world. Oh, and there I go. First time I flip it. But yeah, I think it's really cool. I think it's fun. And like I said, just make sure that when you guys first spawn it, you gotta go ahead and press these. Now, I didn't attach them to the seat just because it would just take up more room, and mostly this was just supposed to be for turning. So I figured there'd be no reason to go ahead and put it on there. You guys can just flip it on right there. But yeah, I think it's really fun. It's a really, really awesome design. And it works quite well. And as you can see, I fixed the problem from last time that I saw. But yeah, like I said, hills, it's kind of iffy on just because it wants to take off all the time. You know, and if I were to lower the actual propellers, it kind of just screws with the entire creation. It doesn't really want to levitate anymore. Because how the real Hendo HoverBoard works, if you guys don't know, is it's a hoverboard, and it actually literally hovers off the ground. Now this one more just kind of floats up, like, just on top of the ground. You know, it doesn't really have, you know, hovering per se. But that's just because of how the wings mod works. Like, if I were to go ahead and use thrusters I can do a little bit more with and make it a little bit easier. Mind you, to get this thing to work to begin with was insanely difficult, just because of how the wings mod acts. The wings mod does not like anybody. I don't know why, but it's not very good. It really isn't. But I mean, what do you expect? It's a mod, you know, whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna upload this to the workshop. I might go ahead and make a version 3 and upload that to YouTube. I don't know if I'm making a version 3. I think I might just leave it at this, but yeah, see, that's how light that thing is. Look at that. It's already down all the way. Or already up all the way, I mean. And mind you, that's just me putting it up 1. Which is why I had it set to 1, because really I wanted it to lean, because also in the Hendo HoverBoard 2.0, the board leans, because that's supposed to, like, act like a skateboard. But, you know, it works well enough. I flipped it again. Crap. But, yeah. So, like I said, I might upload this to the workshop. I don't know. I don't know what all mods I use, so it's probably going to take me a minute. So, yeah, I will upload it probably at some point, but it's just not at the moment. Oop, I forgot to go ahead and turn on the switches. See? That's what happens when you don't turn them on, is that you really can't drive. But, as you can see, it does sort of hover. Like, it's very minute on how it hovers. But it does sort of hover, and if you go ahead and lift it up, this thing's just gonna, it's just gonna want to go whatever way you point it. But, like I said, it's the Hendo HoverBoard. It works quite well. I'm pretty proud of it just because of how well I did get it to work with very limited knowledge of actual wings mod or anything else. Yeah. So like I said, if I did upload it, I'll leave a link in the description. There might be like a coming soon thing in the description as well, you know, if I didn't upload it. God dang it, I'm missing a ton now. But yeah, so if you guys did enjoy, yeah, that's basically it. There ain't a whole lot more to this video. I will not upload the 1.0 just because it's not, first off, it's not my board on the bottom, and second off, it's just not worth it. There's not really a point. Oh, and by the way, I just want to say, I'd use the heavy blocks because this creation was that light, that these wings on 1 would go ahead and fly. As soon as I put them past 1, because it would either not fly, or it would fly way too high. Like, there was no in the middle. So I literally had to put heavy blocks on the bottom, because this thing is that light. Mind you, it's made out of wood. So, I mean, what do you expect? But yeah, so if you guys did enjoy, like I said, link maybe in the description, may not be, I don't know. But yeah, so my name is deadmau5, and I'll see you guys next video. New upload probably either tomorrow or Friday, on a couple creations that I got over here that you've probably seen as I'm driving around. But yeah, so hope you guys did enjoy. My name is deadmau5, and bye!